Hello and welcome back to Tier 1 Real Estate. My name is Jairo Gomez. I'm the Business Development Manager here for our office. And today I want to talk to you about something that's very crucial and important, and that is on the top of every one of the property owners' mind every time I talk to them. And that is, how are you going to find me a renter? How are you going to screen them? And how are you going to make sure that they're not going to destroy my house, right? Quite frankly, at this point, maybe you've gone ahead and acquired a property. Maybe you've done some work in it, some rehabbing, put some new carpet, new paint, maybe a new stove or some cabinets. Overall, you've done a really nice job at fixing it up, and here you are, your project is ready, and now it's vacant, and you realize I need a renter. But I want to make sure that they're good people, that they have good history as far as being financially stable, and that they're going to take care of my house, right? Those are three things that I've come across my career and realize that are very important, three things that matter to all property owners and investors. So one of the crucial areas about managing a property is finding the best qualified renter for that property. And the way we accomplish that is through a very standardized process that has shown results over and over again to be very positive and have kept us from any dangerous situations in the past. So the way we screen and do our application process is after we've done all the marketing, right, that I discussed in a different video, we are going to get some applications. These candidates have to punch in all their information, their private information in our system, and then we go ahead and process that information. And there's a few key things that we're looking for. So number one is we want to know who this person is, right? So basic information, name, number, email, and previous address, all the basic data from them. Number two is their employment. Who are they working for? How much are they making? Do they make enough? We usually want to see someone making at least 3 times the rental amount so that we know that they're financially stable. We want to make sure that their debt to income ratio is good, that they're not over leveraged, because if they owe a bunch of people, what is to say they're going to be able to pay us on time and in full, right? We also want to look at their rental history. What is their rental history like? Who have they rented from in the past? Is it from a reputable management company that we can call, contact, and verify and gather that information from? Or is it just maybe they rented from their parents, or they rented from a cousin or an uncle that's not very verifiable, that really wouldn't tell us the full truth about what their track record is as far as payment. So we want to be able to check all those pieces of information. We also do a credit check, right? Because credit is a big indicator of how financially responsible a person is. So we want to make sure that they have a minimum credit score that shows that they are a good standing citizen as far as their finances. Again, we don't want to know that they owe a bunch of other people and that they're going to file bankruptcy and that they're living in a place. Now it's going to be harder to collect from them as far as rent and if they don't pay, right? So credit checks, background checks, we want to make sure that they have a clean background, criminal history. All those things can be very, very dangerous for your property and can put your other renters in danger if you're putting the wrong person with the wrong background in a community, in an apartment, or in a single family home that you manage. That's going to be very important to have all those things in place. Now, I'm not going to go over all the different, legality issues that come along with processing an application, but just know that it's got to be a very standardized process. It's a process that all of our renters have to go through. They're all treated the same as far as what we're looking for and the categories that we are watching out for, to make sure that if they're not a good candidate, we let them know in a reasonable fashion that we are not the company that they can rent from for X, Y, or Z. And with that being said, what that does is that allows us to find all the good renters that are very well qualified, very verifiable, that are financially stable, that just quite frankly really want to live in this property and are willing to do whatever it takes in order for them to prove that they're going to be a good renter. And so those are the kinds of renters that you want. People that are willing to work with you and your system. And anytime you see someone hesitate with a standard application process, which is pretty much standard across the board in our industry. Everyone that's a real professional property management company has some level of application process if they're doing things right. And so even at that point of someone hesitating to fill out an application or to provide you the right verification documents, that right there should be a red flag for you to identify and say, hey, maybe we should rethink this person or screen them more thoroughly to make sure that their story checks out, that they're telling the truth, and that you're not putting yourself as a management company, that you're not putting the owner, the property owner, and their property and their themselves at risk. Number one is protecting our clients and protecting their properties and making sure that we're protecting our business as well. So I hope all those things gave you some more additional information about how to find a good renter, what we do to screen renters, what we're looking for, what are some good things to keep aware of, and making sure that finding the best renter for the property is top priority. Because oftentimes I see some property owners get in a rush or anxious of just wanting to get the place filled, and that's important, but making sure that we have the best qualified renter in there is going to help us out a lot more long term, versus just picking whoever comes out of the first application, because you want to make sure that that everything's going to go smoothly and that they are the right person to be able to live in that apartment or that home or that townhouse, whatever kind of property it may be. And that's going to save you a whole bunch of headaches down the line, right? And if something continues to happen, there's different ways and things that we have in place as a company to make sure that we create remedies and solutions for different scenarios, because things do happen and that's a natural state of life. Anything and everything can happen, but it's the level of preparation that you have and the measurements of prior work that you do in order to avoid those worst case scenarios. So if you have any further questions, or if you want any more clarification on what our standard application process is like, please feel free to contact me. Once again, my name is Jairo Gomez with Tier 1 Real Estate, the Business Development Manager. You can reach our office at 801-486-6200, or you can reach us via email at admin@tier1re.com. Once again, admin@tier1re.com. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you very soon.